In a world that moves too fast, this is your invitation to pause, to explore the space between thought and wonder, where science meets story and emotion meets insight. Here, curiosity is more than a question. It's a way of being. You found your corner of common contemplation. This is nerdy psychology. Stay curious, be kind, and keep your mind nerdy.
Picture this. You pull into your family's driveway. Your car has barely parked when your Aunt Linda paws the appetizer table and asks, "So, when are you getting married exactly?" Meanwhile, your Uncle Bob has already launched into a passionate rant about his neighbor's lawn. And you're not even sure if that's a metaphor for global politics or not. There's a toddler spilling cranberry sauce on the rug. Your cousin's new vegan gluten-free casserole that no one asked for. And your phone buzzes with one uncle who always tries to drag you into a debate about whatever the newest headline is. You take a deep breath, you walk into the living room, and you think, here we go again. If your vision of Thanksgiving involves both turkey and, emotional dodgeball, you're absolutely not alone. And today, we're going to talk about how to survive, even flourish, without, losing your mind or your appetite. Hi friends, I'm Dr. Angel. Welcome back to Nerdy Psychology, where we turn the brain into your ally, not your adversary. Thanksgiving can be a buffet of connection and nostalgia and warmth and comfort, but it can also be pressure, deep-seated family patterns, unspoken expectations, and, surprise emotional rounds of who's your future partner? Today, we'll talk about how to steer the conversations, maintain your peace, and still enjoy the pie. So here are my top tips for Thanksgiving this year. Tip 1, recenter yourself before you ever walk into anything. Start with your internal thermostat, not somebody else's. Take 60 seconds in the car or in the hallway to breathe deeply. Set your intention and remind yourself you're not there to fix anyone. This is not time to solve family issues and conflicts. The thought we need to have in this moment is, peace isn't where I sit. Peace is in the mindset that I bring. Tip 2, know your no list. This is really important and something to start thinking about now. People love to ask questions they should not be asking or at inappropriate times. Let's say you're barely through the door and someone starts saying, "Oh, why haven't you had babies yet?" Or, "What's your career? Have you not graduated college yet?" And then they proceed to go, "Oh, my friend's neighbor, he's in his 40s and he still lives with his mom, but he's got such a great personality. We should introduce you to." This is why you need pre-decided lists of topics that are not up for discussion, period. Things like politics, religion, your body, your relationship status, your finances, or anything else you deem to put on that list. You do not, and I'm going to say this, you do not owe access to everything in your world. And it's really important that you think of intentionality of what's going on that list this year for you. Tip 3, use pivot topics. You want to use them like a pro. When the train starts to derail, you want to take the conductor's hat. You want to have neutral zones for discussions and family gatherings. So things like travel plans or favorite shows or funny childhood memories, pets or food. These are some really great examples of pivot topics. So have a pivot sentence ready to go. Like, how do you think today's game matchup's going to do? Like, Thanksgiving's full of football. People love to talk about sports. Have something in there that you can use to pivot a conversation when it's starting to go in a direction that may be uncomfortable for you or may hit your no list. The easiest fights begin at the dinner table. The easiest escapes begin with a new topic. Tip 4, boundaries are not optional. I'm going to say that again. Boundaries are not optional. This year, here's your permission. You're allowed to say no. Use something simple like, oh, I just rather not talk about that right now, or let's leave that topic for another time. You're not being detached. You're being protective. You're being strategic. And boundaries are about protection, not about being punitive. You're not trying to cause harm. You're trying to protect your peace or your privacy. And so having those boundaries in place is really important. And I always say no is a complete sentence. You do not have to give any other information or details when we use a no or gently nudge things in a different direction. Tip 5, manage overstimulation. This is a big one. Thanksgiving is often less calm harvest and more crowd surfing in the pumpkin patch. Imagine 3 kids under 8 screaming because, well, the parrot escaped from Great Aunt Edna's Bible study den, 2 cousins violently debating about whether football or soccer makes more sense, your Uncle Rick juggling a toddler in half-empty wine glass, and the dog is howling because somebody confused the turkey giblets with its chew toy. Your cousin is FaceTiming their new partner in the middle of the kitchen, and someone is blaring Christmas music. Meanwhile, you're seated next to the buffet, trying to focus on gratitude, but internally wondering if maybe napping in the pantry might have been a better idea. The tip here is to take exits, literally or mentally, like step outside, refill your drink slowly, pet the dog, breathe. Think of it as like an emotional palate cleanser. Breaks do not ruin the day, they preserve the day. Tip 6, you do not have to attend every conversation or every argument you're invited to. Some of these invitations come disguised as, let's talk, but they're really like, let's spar. You can decline. If someone tries to pull you in, you have lines already. Thanks, but I'm stepping out of this conversation now. And then we want to just pivot or exit when that's happening. Just because someone throws the ball does not mean you have to catch it. Remember, you staying doesn't mean you're stuck. Tip 7, have a backup plan. Okay, AKA like an escape plan. You staying does not mean you're stuck. You can stay until dessert. You could head home for a favorite movie. You could arrive at noon and then have a predetermined time you might want to leave at 4 or 5. Leave plenty of buffer time. You'll bring a scheduled break at 3 o'clock or a 10-minute fresh air walk or taking a break in the bathroom and just thinking for a minute and decompressing. Knowing you can leave helps you stay calmer while you're there because your brain knows you're not stuck. And so it's not going to go into that defensive mode, protection mode as strong because you can leave. You have power in that space. Tip 8, create one tradition that's just yours. Something that's a moment that you can just claim for the holiday. A quiet morning coffee before the chaos, or a walk after dessert, or watching a holiday movie that nobody else likes, sneaking your favorite snack and, well, eating it in sacred silence. The day should include at least one tiny joy that no one else controls. Something that you have that's your own tradition. Tip 9, adjust your expectations. Like, this isn't the grocery store commercials. Families are messy, loud, imperfect, awkward, and beautifully human. Thanksgiving isn't meant to look like the ad where everyone's smiling perfectly with the golden turkey on the table. It's more like someone forgot the cranberry sauce, someone burned something, someone's crying, someone's oversharing, and yet somehow there's still joy, something in the mix. Lowering our expectations equals lowering emotional whiplash. You know your family. You know the dynamics that are happening in there. So we need to stop idealizing what the holiday celebration can look like and have our expectations in reality, with boundaries, of course, and the escape plan. 10, find your safe person. Every holiday, you need to have your buddy. And that's the one person you can make, eye contact with when things get weird. Humor and connection can definitely help to deflate that entire room and take down some of that stress you might be feeling. So to give you some tools for this holiday season, here are some scripts you could use, change, modify, make your own. Just trying to give you some examples. So if somebody's starting a topic on politics, you could just say something like, I'm choosing not to talk about politics today. I want to just enjoy our time together. If someone's bringing in, religion or spirituality, and you're feeling pressured with it, you can just acknowledge, I appreciate your beliefs, but I'm not discussing that today. But I would love to catch up on how have you been? We haven't seen each other in a while. If you're getting, the life choices critique, thanks for your concern. I'm making choices that work for me right now. Or the drama invitation, that heated argument. You can say something like, I'm stepping out of this conversation. Let's talk later about this. Needing to leave early, a good script could be, I've really enjoyed spending time with y'all. I'm going to head out now so I can rest and recharge, but I'll see y'all soon. Thanks. Like having scripts or having tools in our pocket that we can use. So you don't have to think of it in the moment. Come in prepared. Use your notes app on your phone and think about what are the things that happen in my family? How does it make me feel? And what are some lines I can use to help pivot the moment, to help me have some time to reflect, to help me escape a conversation? These are the tools that will help you not just survive holidays, but actually enjoy them and protect yourself in the process. Thanksgiving is not about winning debates or impressing anyone. It's about protecting your peace. It's about savoring the moments that matter and getting through the chaos with your sanity intact. If this has helped you, drop a comment with one boundary or one script you're planning to use this Thanksgiving. I love hearing what y'all come up with. And don't forget, every Friday is Food for Thought Friday, where we take bite-sized psychological concepts and break them down in a fun and relatable way. Make sure you're subscribed so you do not miss an episode. And I want to wish every one of you a happy Thanksgiving and a happy fall holidays from Nerdy Psychology, from me to you. Stay curious, be kind, and keep your mind nerdy. That's a wrap.
You found your corner of calm and contemplation. This is Nerdy Psychology. Stay curious, be kind, and keep your mind nerdy. Nerd.